Hello everybody, this is a message from Spirit. This reading will be quite unstructured and I will develop it organically. So hopefully you're curious and you'll stick around and listen in. Welcome to the channel, by the way. So we start with direction. Switch gears, reboot, and try a new and different direction. So where is this going really? And why do you have to switch gears or at least change your direction? What is this about? So listening, analysis, and meditation. I believe that this is rather not the new direction, but what's required. So you need to listen in to Spirit, maybe the messages, the downloads that your guides are providing for you. You'd be sitting in deep thought, analyzing and questioning where and what direction to take next. Let's pull a major arcana and see the quality of that energy, the new direction. What could it be? The Chariot. He's loving to take on a new direction. You are totally comfortable with the change. You're comfortable with changing gears, wanting to travel to the next destination that is for you. You're very, very open to the idea of doing that. I feel that you're welcoming the change and you're welcoming just the journey, right? Stepping into the journey. You get a few. 3. Kindness, adaptation, and rest. So for me, adaptation is the perfect energy to be embracing change as well as movement forward. Yet you're being required to rest, which is, I think, the energy of meditating and doing the inner work, analyzing, introspecting, sort of paying attention to your intuition. And I believe that the kindness here is the energy of the new direction. It feels very loving. It feels very soft and gentle. Maybe you need to be gentle with yourself when it comes to trying something new. I mean, the card did speak of a reboot. Allowing, being kind to yourself, allowing for you to I don't know, just start anew. Give yourself almost like a kick in the butt. You know, like a kickstart energy. But a soft one that would be done out of love and not out of, you know, judging yourself. Let's look at the tarot. The 5 of Swords in the reverse. The Hanged Man in the reverse. And then we have the Page of Cups in the reverse with Judgment. This is the reboot energy. The Judgment is giving yourself a complete set of a complete new energy, but you're not starting from square one. You're sort of re-injecting energy somewhere you have already invested yourself into. But using that as a support, or as a basis, I should say, for taking on a new direction. Meaning you're not starting from scratch. So I think that's important, because we also have adaptation. So you're taking something, you're tweaking it, you're adjusting it. It doesn't just disappear completely and you have to start all over again, something completely different. But you are going on a different path with it. You're taking it somewhere else. And by shifting directions, it'll eventually shift itself. It'll transform by itself. We're looking at energies of considering how you speak to others here, with the Page of Cups in the reverse and the Five of Swords in the reverse. They could have been like a lack of understanding within a particular relationship. So you wouldn't have received each other. The communication would have been difficult and hectic. It would have had you feel disempowered and lacking in clarity, because the Hangman is about feeling illuminated as one reflects on what has happened. But because it's in the reverse here, it's like you're lacking in knowing exactly how things have played out and the lessons in them. So it's like a missed opportunity, if you want, about learning what went wrong and how to change things. So I think it's a basis here for learning how to change things and how to adapt, how to eventually correct course here. So maybe you need to apologize. Maybe you need to forgive in order to get the lesson right, in order to move forward. And that's why you're revisiting this connection, or at least looking at how it happened, sitting on it a little while longer, I think, before even changing directions. But applying kindness both to yourself and to the person with whom you would have had this unproductive exchange, and trying to adapt to how things are now evolving between the two of you. And I think there's a possibility to really take the other person along with you on the journey of working this out together. Because I think it's a journey about remodeling the connection. Let me draw on that. The Judgment again. So it's really about remodeling a particular connection twice, right? Giving it a second lease on life, but through a different approach that's filled with kindness, a lot of listening, a lot of availability. think that's what the reboot is about. Let me pull on that. Actually, let me start with, I want to look at the time out and what you learn as you time out and you take the time to analyze all of this. You look at it as an opportunity. Page of Pentacles, Page of Coins here. I think you're seeing the opportunity of and the positive outcome or potential positive outcome, because it's a page. When it comes to extending oneself or extending the olive branch, the apology, the excuses, or at least the explanation. Because we have listening, so I think that you need to sit down and conversate. I think it's really a must. Let's look at the way you adapt. What are you doing? The moon, it's about your feelings. It's about the Chariot is Cancer. Cancer is the moon. So there's a lot of depth to the relationship. There's a lot of things that have been unsaid, never said, been concealed. I've also been repressed. So the adaptation is about having things surface and exposed, being explained through messages of, I wanted to say love, but I think it's really expressing your emotions, not just the love, but expressing all the emotions, the good and the bad, the things that were hurtful as well as the things that were good. You would also need to adapt to not always knowing everything. So even if you have the conversation, it might not be able to exhaust the whole of everything that has happened in the past with the moon. It's going to be difficult to expose everything all at once, at least. You know what I mean? I think it'll be incremental. But it'll be a very strong call to action regarding this particular opening up. It comes from very deep within and it needs to come out. It's a deep need. It feels very healing. It feels very liberating. Let me pull one more card. The Ace of Wands in the reverse. There's a little bit of resistance when it comes to initiating. So maybe you're the one that's sort of reluctant to initiate the conversation, but you're also going to have a little bit of a hard time rebooting and embracing the new direction of this connection and or endeavor in this case. You could see it as something that you needed to learn from, that you are adapting to and needing to evolve with in a more general sense. So take it as it resonates. But the Ace of Wands here is resistance to the novelty, to the new direction, to possibilities. Why is that? Three of Swords in the reverse with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. There's a lot of pain that came from the arguments, the harsh words, what you feel went wrong, that caused you a lot of heartbreak, especially in the case that it's a connection. You could have perceived the communication to be lies, but it doesn't have to be that there were lies, but there were definitely miscommunication, and there could have been things that were left unsaid. But there could also have been some lies. That could have also been attached to any new start, or at least when it started, when the connection first started. If you look back, because we have the Judgment twice, right? So the first time around would have been very disappointing and extremely start-stop. Would have felt like it was also removed very quickly from your life. With the Ace of Swords, it would have been cut out early on. There could have been a lot of unknowns that could have created the hurt. It comes from a lot of messages, mixed messages, and a lot of unexpressed emotions. Five of Swords in the reverse, Page of Cups in the reverse, Moon card. But there's truly the possibility with Judgment here twice to have at least a revisit, an attempt at revisiting, I should say, what went wrong. If you want to do it only partially as something to clear clear the air, it could be done this way, and then maybe just try to decide to move on. But I think there needs to be more said than not, if you know what I mean. I don't think anything should be pushed under the rug, really. I think Judgment twice here really invites you to invest in the possibility that you have of closing this out by really looking at everything that had happened, judging it, in a positive light, with kindness, and learning from it as you take on a new direction. Hopefully with this person, although we see that it's difficult for you to have a new start, it's going to feel wobbly. And you're going to be reluctant and hesitant because of the pain that was attached, that is attached still, most likely, until you clean it out, clear it out. But someone is really taking the time to propose a dialogue. And you have the opportunity here to express things that you have not. And hopefully have a lot of success in doing that. So there you have it. Hopefully something resonated in this message for you. Let me know in the comments and like the video, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.